Good morning. This is Michael Broussard, author and performer of Ask a Sex Abuse Survivor, an interactive theatrical show about my experiences as a survivor of childhood sexual abuse. Before I get started, I want to say again, I am not a medical professional. I am not giving medical advice. I am simply sharing my experiences as a survivor. I'd like to talk about something wonderful that happened recently. My article was printed in the HuffPost. It was published in the Huffington Post. It was an article detailing my abuse and my journey to healing. And to see that appear was an incredibly empowering experience. And it was really a great, powerful, triumphant day, because not only did I see my story popping up on a major platform, so hopefully it could reach people who are suffering and also educate some people maybe. I also got all this wonderful response to the article from people I knew, from people I don't know, encouraging, kind, empathetic comments. It felt really fantastic. It was a triumphant day for me as a survivor, telling my story and actually seeing all these positive things come from it. I felt really good and really empowered and good about myself and good about my journey. And as the day went on, the day the article was published, and I was feeling so fantastic, and I was saying to myself, I'm going to let myself just be happy right now. I'm going to do that. It's okay to be happy right now. There came a point in the day when I noticed, now I'm bipolar, so that's important to know for this to make any sense. I'm bipolar, and there came a point in the day when I became aware of the fact that in addition to being happy about what was going on, the level of my feelings had probably touched off a manic episode. So here I am feeling happy, but I can feel just on the edge that there might be a moment when it transforms itself from happiness, from joy, into anxiety and panic and fear. And I saw that coming. I didn't used to be able to see this coming ever, but through a lot of therapy and a lot of hard work, I sometimes can see it coming. And so I found myself having to be very, very careful about being happy. I had to head that off and sort of temper my joy so that didn't click over and I didn't end up in anxiety and fear and panic and all that stuff. So it's an interesting thing where, I have great days sometimes, and sometimes even on those great days, I got to be really, really careful, or the PTSD or the bipolar disorder is going to cause me to go from feeling very, very good to feeling very, very freaked out and panicked. So it's interesting to note that I think for a lot of my fellow survivors as well, we have to be careful even of being happy sometimes. We can be happy. Happy is a good thing. We can feel good about ourselves. That's a wonderful thing. But sometimes, particularly, with people who experience anxiety attacks or panic attacks or have bipolar disorder, we also got to be careful that doesn't turn into something else. So I'm still happy about what happened. I still feel wonderful. I still appreciate all these fantastic comments and feedback and support that I've gotten. But I'm also being very careful about not turning over into something that would turn my happiness to something that I would regret, and I don't want that. That's really all I have to say. Once again, I'm not a medical professional. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm simply sharing my experience as a survivor. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon.